Fit in 10 Nation, it is day 10. Day 10 of the Fit in 10 Challenge. And I got about maybe 15 feedbacks from you. So there's like 65 of you. So I'm missing like over 75% of the feedback. So you've got to send me in your feedback. You got to go to, I put the link in the Slack. I also will put it in your numbers today because I'm going to send you your numbers. Okay, you got to click on that link, you got to go to it, and you got to fill it out. It's just a few questions, take you 5 minutes to do, max. Okay? Maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, but around 5 minutes. All right. Major topic I want to talk about today, because this is a question that, it's not really a question, it's more like a concern that a lot of people ask me about, and I want to address it and I want to explain it. So a lot of people ask me, they say, I'm not exceeding my macros, but I'm not meeting them. So the question is how far off are you? Are you 5% off? Are you 10% off? Are you 25% off? Okay, so it's like, well, why can't I just eat less? I mean, am I just going to lose more weight? And the short answer to that is yes, you will lose more weight. Okay, great. And that's why don't I just do that? Well, because we want to think about how much of a deficit we're creating from where the body is stable at. And the problem with creating too much of a deficit over time is the body basically wants to close the energy gap that you create. So if the total of all your energy that you're bringing through the day, so your metabolic rate, your activity that you spend moving around, your exercise thermogenesis, okay, all these things that total up at the end of the day for your total calories burnt, whatever that number is, let's say it's 2,500, okay? And let's say you're ingesting 1,600. You've just created a deficit of 900 calories. Okay, and that would be too much of a deficit over time for continued and sustainable, I'm going to say weight loss, but we're primarily concerning ourselves with fat loss, okay? Let's just say weight loss. Okay, the body's going to want to close that energy gap. All right, so this is the perpetual yo-yo dieting, this is an example of it, where people will go on super ultra low calorie diet, say we'll lose a ton of weight. They do, because they're well below, they're running energy for the day, and so they lose tons of weight, and then they just become starving, and then they plateau, and they don't know what to do, and it's like, well, I can't eat less food. So, they increase their calories again. In fact, they usually just end up just like going crazy, binging. And then, of course, what happens is you slow down, you lower your basal metabolic rate. By creating that deficit there, your body will figure out ways to become more energy efficient at doing tasks. Okay? So the body wants to survive. In a perfect example, I realize this might be an extreme example, but a perfect example is, let's say I'm going to take myself here, and I'm doing a bodybuilding contest, okay? I'm using this example specifically because I want to show you how effective the body is at protecting itself. I am down at 6% body fat, thereabouts, and I am trying to get to 5. Okay, my calories are pretty low. Okay, my calories got down to 2,500 per day. And then my energy output's quite high. Like I was doing 2 hours of cardio per day, and then of course I'm training really hard with weights. And when you do all the math on that, I should be continuing to lose weight. But I'm not. I'm not. I'm going every day, I'm not losing any weight. How's that possible? The only way it's possible is the body's becoming more and more energy efficient. It's like, I am not budging, because if I keep spending energy, you're going to die. So, now of course I could make things more extreme, and probably I could get my body to budge there. But of course, we don't want to do that, right? Wouldn't be in my interest for what I'm trying to do. And it's certainly not in your interest for long-term weight loss, okay? So the message, or the moral of the story is this: when you want to lose weight over long term, you want to have sustainable results, you want to make a small deficit. All right, now this is where I make a reasonable estimate for your basal metabolic rate plus all the energy you're burning per day. I'm going to give you a caloric amount based on that. Now, typically, I like to give you just a little bit more energy than perhaps is what's going to cause you to lose weight. But we're better to go that route than to go too low. Okay? Always better to go with too high than too low, because you can just remove some. It's very easy. But if you go too low, then you're starting to play with, I don't know, fire, if you want to call it that. Okay? When we talk about long-term fat loss. Small deficit, not large deficit. Not for long term. If you're somebody who wants to lose 20 pounds in 4 weeks, maybe that'll work. But it will not work over the long term. You won't keep that off. Trust me, you will not. I guarantee you, 100% I guarantee you will not. 100%. You will not. Okay? You need to be doing this in a more sustainable, succinct, slow and steady. Well, to be honest with you, it's not even really that slow. You just don't need to be extreme. Okay, I've said that a million times. You don't need to be extreme, okay? This is why you need to get your macros in, okay? This is why I want you to, be within that, I think I said for the first week, 10%, above or below your macro, okay? So we're at the end of the day, we're fairly close to that calorie amount that I want you to get to, okay? Long-term fat loss. All right, 7 minutes I'm at. Message of the day. Can't find time, you must make time. You cannot find time, you must make time. Okay, I've had some people say to me, this is just not realistic. Well, realistic is whatever you want to make realistic. And the reality is this: whenever you make a change generally is not easy. And the change in the beginning is always going to be the hardest. But if you roll with that change for a little bit, you'll quickly see that it's not so bad. And you don't have to eat the same thing every day. People say to me, I don't want to eat the same thing every day. You don't have to eat the same thing every day. But maybe you can get away with eating, can you replicate some meals through the week? Like, I'm not saying every day, but if you can cycle through, 15 meals, I think that's reasonable, right? If you're eating 4 per day, that gives you almost like 4 days of different eating per se, right? So it's really not that difficult. I realize from the onset it looks to be, and I realize that it's challenging, and it's probably more challenging for you than I realize. I will go that far and say that much, okay? Just being the fact that I've done this for God knows how long, 20 some odd years. But keep trying and keep at it, and please understand the reason why I want you to get all these calories. Okay, the other reason I want you to get calories too, there's other reasons than just this, but that's the primary reason. The other reason is we don't want to be losing muscle mass, okay? If you create too much of a deficit, you're going to drop muscle mass. We don't want to lose muscle mass. That's just going to hinder you're going to get weaker, you're going to get more feeble, okay? And you're going to slow down your metabolism. It's like there's nothing there that's good, okay? And you're going to lose bone density. There's nothing there that's going to help you. All right, so just keep that in mind. All right, commit to this challenge. Don't look for time, make time. Okay, make time for what is important. Get up half an hour early, go to bed half an hour earlier. I know you waste time in your day. We all waste some time at some point on some days. At least we do. I am king of that. Okay? So, I'm just saying. I'm putting out there. I admit it. Okay? So just admit it to yourself. Guys, positive energy, positive mindset. Always give gratitude and believe in yourself, right? You got to believe in yourself. You can do this. You are more than capable of doing it. You just got to try, right? Keep trying. All right, so get your calories in. Plan for the day. Make time, plan for the day, and put some things together. It's not that hard. Bulk make your food. Take one day. Make enough food for 4 or 5 days. Different foods. Okay? All right. I'll talk to you guys all soon. Numbers are coming here shortly, all right? We'll talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful Monday. Hopefully I will see you tonight at 7 p.m. for Fit and 10 class. We're going to be doing upper body. Back to the beginning of workout A, okay? See you guys.